We have that alert day in effect for this afternoon as we are still monitoring the potential for those fast moving thunderstorms that can bring as far as hail, wind, and even an isolated tornado chance. And of course, that's going to be impactful to your afternoon plans, whether it's after school, maybe running errands after work, or even during that dinner prep. Think about takeout. Could be difficult. Let's time it out here for you. You'll find that we have still some cloud cover, but that sun starting to take over in the forecast for us. And that's going to be what really fuels an environment that could support these stronger storms. These storms will be moving in from 3, 4, even through the 7 o'clock hour. And it's going to be a line of thunderstorms that we have. Now, this is going to be pushing through the area. Here we are even at 6 o'clock. And that's when we're going to have this line of thunderstorms pushing ahead, bringing those winds, but we'll also be watching even as this line trails further back. So we'll be watching all aspects of this storm. But once it pushes through and once we get into that 7 o'clock hour, this line will make its exit, and behind it, cooler air will funnel in. So that will shut off the severe threat. That threat will be over by bedtime tonight. And then tomorrow morning, it's going to feel a lot different. You're going to notice it's a little more of a winter sensation, how January should be, and also then some lake effect snow flurries. So definitely this storm going to be unlocking that cold air. But it's still cold enough that we are anticipating the potential for some smaller hail to develop within our thunderstorms. That's just one impact, along with those strong winds that I was mentioning that'll be pushing out with these fast moving storms. And we're also monitoring the potential for those cold air funnel clouds. You know, if that funnel cloud does reach down and make contact with the surface, that would transition it into a tornado. So an isolated weak tornado is still going to be possible for this afternoon and evening, but that threat, it's on the lower end. Let's talk about the severity along with those impacts. You're going to see that our tornado threat is on the lowest end of our scale. Still something to be aware of, but again, it's not the main threat that we have. It's really the wind damage, as these storms are going to be having winds that could peak towards 50 miles per hour as they roll through town. Like I said, they're fast moving. They're going to be able to pack a punch as they come through. And that hail threat, that's going to still be on the lower end. That's kind of our second tier as far as the size being about a ½ inch or even pea size if we have those hailstones develop. For now, you can see that we're in the calm and the quiet, but we're really going to be watching the environment into Indiana as the storms. This is what they look like right now. They're starting to take some shape, really building in that moisture, but it's going to be the environment in Indiana and even here in Ohio that we will find that will support these storms and even elevate them to be at times strong to severe. So it's really this afternoon. Right now, we're building and monitoring for what we anticipate around that 3 to 7 o'clock hour. Now that the sun has come out for some of us, we're already spotting low to mid 50s. You're going to find Findlay at 52, 55 in Upper Sandusky, 53 in Tiffin, and 51 in Norwalk. Of course, the further south you go, you remember that bullseye, and these temperatures into the 50s are showing that our environment is supporting the potential for those stronger storms. So that's why we'll be watching temperatures further south along with that sun. Still spotting 40s for Toledo into southeast Michigan and even west Bryan, Defiance, you're finding mid 40s on the thermometer now. Still doesn't mean that you're in the clear, but that cloud cover definitely going to be playing as far as our environment rebuilding, and if it won't be quite as stable when those storms roll through. So that's why we have that alert day. Make sure you're staying updated on the WTOL 11 weather app for our first alert day, and then you're going to find later on in the forecast calm and quiet here through the weekend. We will have those snow showers that could bring a light dusting onto Sunday, but then yes, we have a second alert day that we'll be monitoring for next week. We'll have a system that'll be moving in, bringing us the chance for finally some snow in the forecast. You'll also find that it takes those highs right around freezing and even cooler into the upper 20s. So make sure, like I said, you have that WTOL 11 weather app for today and even as we head through the rest of this 10-day forecast.